Hey guys, welcome to Brick Hub. This is the 2020 Marvel Collection video. As you can see, sprinkled about are some Spider-Man characters, some Avengers, some MCU characters, X-Men, and Gamerverse characters. As always, if you guys enjoy this video, be sure to like, comment below to let me know what you think, and subscribe to this channel for more content just like this. Also, be sure to check out our Instagram page. And finally, if you guys are interested in the giveaway, be sure to check out the comments. I've pinned a comment that has the rules for the giveaway. Thanks guys, let's get started. First up, we have one of my favorite comic book characters of all time, Wolverine, in his classic yellow and brown costume. He also sports a nice headpiece that has his classic mask. Underneath the mask, he has a pair of goggles and some chops on the side. And his alternate expression is just a plain angry face. Here's what it looks like with the mask on. Next up is Scott Summers, or Cyclops. This is a pretty plain minifigure, but it brought to life one of the greatest characters in X-Men comics, so I was pretty pleased with it. Continuing the strong lineup, we have Aurora Monroe, or Storm. As you can see, she has a bit of a unique modified cape piece that goes around her neck as well as both her arms. Her face features nice white eyes and an angry expression. Her alternate expression shows just a plain, content face, and underneath the cape, you can see that there's a little bit of backprinting as well. This is the San Diego Comic-Con Jean Grey in her Phoenix outfit. This was a pretty exclusive minifigure, and honestly, I really wish we would have had more versions of Jean Grey, but hopefully in the future. Her alternate expression shows fiery yellow eyes to feature her becoming the Phoenix. This, of course, is Wade Wilson, or Deadpool, the Merc with the mouth. This minifigure was released, honestly, a long time ago, way before the movies got popular, and we really need more versions of Deadpool. This is Magneto. Obviously, this is his outfit that he wore in the classic X-Men #1 from the 90s. He also has a very nice, unique helmet as well. His alternate expression is pretty plain, and here is his back with that cape turned around. This is another version of Magneto that's also seen in the comics pretty often. Honestly, I would have preferred that they would have made some other X-Men villain like Omega Red maybe, or Sabretooth instead of another Magneto, or even Mystique, but who knows, maybe we'll get some more in the future. He features an angry alternate expression and some backprinting. Moving on, we have Peter Parker, or Spider-Man. This is probably the most common version of Spider-Man available, and it features his very classic Steve Ditko outfit. This is the more modern, updated Spider-Man. As you can see, pretty similar to the last one, but it has dual molded legs now and a new face print and torso print. This is the Marvel Cinematic Universe version of Spider-Man. I particularly like this minifigure because of how detailed it is for a common minifigure. It features side arm printing, dual molded legs, and back printing on the head. This is the Gamerverse PS4 version of Spider-Man. He features the white spider symbol, just like the PS4 game. This was another Comic-Con exclusive figure. This is just plain Peter Parker. As you can see, he has the Spider-Man outfit underneath his jacket, and he has a hood with the Spider-Man print on it. His alternate expression shows some fright. Starting off the alternate universe Spider-Man, we have the clone Spider-Man, or otherwise known as the Scarlet Spider. As you can see, he has a nice printed hoodie, and he has web shooters printed onto the side of his arms. This is Spider-Man 2077. This is the future version of Spider-Man. It's kind of hard to tell in this video, but he does have this nice comic-y styled dotted ink pattern on his uniform. This is the Miles Morales version of Spider-Man, who eventually replaced Spider-Man in the Ultimate Spider-Man series. I honestly didn't really like this figure much until I started liking the character because of the Spider-Verse movie. This is Spider-Man Noir, a darker version of Spider-Man from a darker universe. I really think they need to make more of the Noir universe characters because they have some pretty rich backstories. This one, for example, is not like the normal Spider-Man because he actually kills. This is Spider-Gwen, sometimes known as Ghost Spider. This is Gwen Stacy from an alternate universe who gets bitten by a spider herself instead of Peter Parker. Unfortunately, she has no alternate expression. I think it would have been really cool if she had some differently shaped eyes or something to have a different personality. This is Ultimate Spider-Girl. She was really only seen in a few of the Ultimate Spider-Man comics. Not sure why LEGO picked this one, but as a big fan of the Ultimates, I'm really glad we got this figure. Just like the last figure, she doesn't have an alternate expression. This is Aunt May, of course, who is Spider-Man's aunt. Pretty plain minifigure, really hasn't been updated much over the years, but hey, it works. She has an alternate expression that shows some fright and some yelling. Now, for the reason that Spider-Man is so great is because of his villains. This, of course, is Sandman. As you can see, part of his outfit shows some sand to show him transforming into the Sandman. Here he shows his angry alternate expression. This, of course, is the classic comic book appearance of the Vulture. He has that nice white feathered collar and this nice plastic molded set of wings. This is Kraven the Hunter. He has a nice collared piece, and he has some lion face printing on his jacket to show a recent kill. He has an angry alternate expression bearing some teeth. This is Carnage, a kind of venom that has this nice black squiggly marks all over his body, but unfortunately not on the side of his legs or arms. He should feature pretty heavily in the new Venom movie. This is Mac Gargan, or the Scorpion. As you can see, he has a uniquely molded tail that goes onto his back to feature his stinger. Finally, we have a classic version of Norman Osborn, or Green Goblin. He has really detailed sidearm printing as well as dual molded legs. He also has a little bit of a satchel hanging off his body. His alternate expression shows mouth wide open and angry. Moving on to the Avengers, we're starting off with Tony Stark, or Iron Man. This particular minifigure shows him transforming into Iron Man after he's thrown out of the Avengers Tower in Avengers 1. His alternate expression features the heads-up display. This is the Infinity War version of Tony Stark. As you can see, his arms feature sidearm printing, and he has this flaky silvery print all over his jacket and his legs. This minifigure was included in a Bricktober pack. His alternate expression shows some fright. This is the Mark I Iron Man suit that he built in the cave while he was in the Middle East. Underneath the head is just a clear, transparent head. This is the Mark VII Iron Man that was featured in the Avengers movie. Like many of the old Iron Man figures, you can lift up his visor to feature his head underneath. His alternate expression shows some teeth and an angry face. This is the Iron Man that was featured in Spider-Man Homecoming. As you can see, he features a lot more silver metal plating than he usually does. Underneath, he just has a clear light blue transparent head. This is the Mark 50 Iron Man that was featured first in Infinity War. As you can see, it features the nanotech. His head underneath is one we've seen before. This is the same Mark 50 Iron Man suit, except now he has quantum suit over it. The head underneath is the same one as the last. This is a modified Mark 50 Iron Man outfit that he wore at the very end battle of Endgame. Unfortunately, though, he also features the same head as the last Iron Man. This is the suitcase armor that was featured in Iron Man 2 in the beginning when he first meets Whiplash. Underneath the helmet, it only has a clear, transparent headpiece. This is the Bones armor. As you can see, it kind of looks like he has skeletal printing all over the armor. And like the last, it just has a clear headpiece underneath. This is the Mark 45 armor that was featured in Age of Ultron. He has distinct gray printing on the helmet. Unfortunately, the headpiece underneath is not unique. This is the Mark 43 Iron Man, which was also featured in Age of Ultron. This is the Mark 42, featured in Iron Man 3. This is the first version of War Machine that was ever made. This armor was originally the Mark II, except when Rhodey stole the armor and took it to the government, he outfitted it a little bit differently. His face underneath shows some concern, and his alternate expression shows some angry teeth. This is the Infinity War version of War Machine. As you can see, he features some side arm printing and black underneath the silver. It makes him look a lot more menacing than he usually does, which I really appreciate. He features a happy expression underneath, and his alternate expression, like many of the future Iron Mans would become, have a heads-up display. This is the Hank Pym version of Ant-Man. His mask looks a lot more like the comics than they did in the movie, which I personally like, but I know a lot of fans were not particularly happy with that. I do like the red mold into the helmet as well. Underneath his mask, he just has an old Gandalf expression. This is Bucky Barnes, or the Winter Soldier. His left arm has some metallic printing on it to show the detail in his metallic arm. And his side leg printing shows a knife holster, possibly. He features an angry alternate expression. This minifigure was also featured as a Bricktober figure. Another Bricktober figure, we have Wong. This, of course, is Captain Marvel in her Star Force outfit. This was originally a Comic-Con exclusive figure, but became readily available in a $4 set. She has a pretty tranquil alternate expression. This is young Nick Fury before he loses an eye. This is him in his appearance from Captain Marvel. His alternate expression shows some concern. This is a comic book version of Thor. As you can see, he's pretty cartoony all around, which I really like because I really like the comic book versions of characters. He features a wide open mouth and some teeth and some back printing. This is a comic book version of Sam Wilson, or the Falcon. Just like the Vulture, he has molded wings. He has a concerned alternate expression. This is Thor as he appears in the new Avengers game. His alternate expression features some lightning around the eyes, and underneath his cape, you can see his back printing. This is Captain America from the same game. He now features a molded head unique to Captain America with the wings printed onto the sides. Underneath, he has a concerned face with a chin strap for his helmet and a happy alternate expression. This is Clint Barton, or Hawkeye, in his more classic Ultimates appearance, but I believe this version is supposed to represent him from the Avengers video game. He has a determined alternate expression. This is Black Panther in his classic comic appearance. He has that nice black collar as well. Unfortunately, this one does not feature an alternate expression. Not exactly a hero or a villain, and not exactly an Avenger either, but this is the Ghost Rider, the Johnny Blaze version, that is. Moving on to the villains, we have MODOK. As you can see, he has a big head, and he was kind of designed to sit in a floating chair, but this is the minifigure by itself. And finally, we have Tony Masters, an ex-SHIELD agent that becomes a villain. He also goes by the moniker Taskmaster and will feature heavily in the new Black Widow movie. He features some back printing and an alternate expression that's honestly hard to distinguish from the regular one, but it's a little bit happier. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment below to let me know what you think, subscribe to this channel, and check out our Instagram page. Thanks, guys. Bye.